Hey guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. In today's video, we just had the dev live stream for 1.5, so I wanted to go through all the key stuff that I saw in it. It's a fairly TLDR list. I'm not going to go through deep into events and stuff like that because I think we all know the general process that we have with events. So we're only going for the key things in this one, and then we're going to go have a look at the 3 new characters' skills. Being Huohuo is the way I think you say it. I still don't feel like I'm saying it the way it sounds like they say it. It's the best I can do. We got Argenti, and then we got the 4-star Hanya. Obviously, we'll go through their skills and have a bit of a chat about them. But what do we have coming? We got 3 codes as well, so they'll be in the pinned comment in the description. Go ahead, get your free jades. Happy days. Summon income is what we need. So besides that, we've got the banner in the orders and the 4 stars on them. So the banner order is going to be Huohuo's first, and her 4 stars, honestly, really average. You got Dan, Arlen, and Serval. I mean, Serval used to be like, sought after, but now not really. So that's just a steaming pile, essentially, of 4 stars. So hopefully... I mean, build your pity, I guess, beforehand, because that kind of hurts. But moving on from that, we have the Argenti banner, which has Hanya, Lynx, and Asta. That, my friends, is a much better banner in my opinion. And then we are getting a rerun of Silverwolf, which will also have Hanya, Lynx, and Asta. So if you're going for Silverwolf, you've actually got some pretty good drops in there as well, because you got Silverwolf with Lynx. Even if you don't have, Fu Xuan, like there's your Silverwolf with your Sustainer for the Quantum team. Pretty solid in my opinion. Moving on from that, we are getting another free light cone, kind of similar to we did with the Silverwolf 4-star light cone. We're getting an abundance one. We don't know what it does. They showed us the light cones as well. We don't know what they do yet. I'll update you guys when we get that information, but we are getting a new free light cone. It's going to be limited time. No word on the free 4-star Silverwolf cone we got. I thought maybe when Silverwolf got a rerun, they'd do a rerun of it, but they are doing a rerun of Silverwolf's 5-star, but the 4-star, no word. So it looks like if you missed it, you missed it apparently. So that is that one. Then for new stuff, we're getting new Stagnant Shadow just for farming crap for Ascensions. 2 new Relic sets, 2 new Planet sets. They showed them, but they didn't show what they do. So we still got to wait to get the official information on exactly what they do. But then we had a couple other big changes for me. Now, these may seem like nothing to you guys, depending on what you're into in the game, but you've got Forgotten Hall re-challenge. So you can even be in the second half of your Forgotten Hall run, being your second team, in the middle of a run and going, oh shit, this isn't looking good. And you can restart it. You exit out of the battle, go back in, and you get refunded all your technique points. That is super. The one other thing I would... And on top of that, it's also going to remember your stage lineup. So if you exit out and then you go back in, it's so annoying when you exit out and then you got to replace your teams. But now it remembers your teams. The one other thing that I would still love them to do is to let you choose which side you battle first. That would be the absolute dream for me, but those are 2 really good changes for the Forgotten Hall, Memory of Chaos, whatever you will, and I think it is sick. And then the final thing that I have here on my notes is that we've got the Gift of Odyssey again, obviously, which is 10 free summons. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the characters, their skills, their animations, and what they're all about. But obviously, we don't have multipliers, we don't have traces, all that sort of stuff, so we'll have to wait and see for official stuff, but at least we can take a look. All right, let's jump into the skill set. So we're going to start off with Huohuo. Take a look at what she's got to offer. She's one I'm probably going to be pulling for on my ult.
Banner Stormcaller can deal wind damage to a single target.
Standard basic attack.
Kale is the one making the decisions.
When using her skill, Talisman Protection, Huohuo bravely brandishes her banner, restoring HP to a single ally and adjacent teammates.
Okay, and adjacent teammates. The thing I want to note about this is it is an even heal. It's not like when we look at a lot of damaging abilities that do primary target and adjacent targets, where those are normally, more damage on the primary. This heal is even across all of them, unless somehow they've got their health pool's different, where Dan and Welt have low health, but it's looking like it's going to heal the same amount for all of them. So unfortunately, it's not going to be a full team heal, but it is still a 3-target heal on a skill, which isn't too bad, in my opinion. I don't think no one else has a 3 targets, like a multi-target skill heal, unless I'm completely missing something. No Locha, no Bailu, no Lynx, no. Natasha, no. Okay, first one. Got it, nailed it on the skill. So that ain't too bad there.
Sure she's not trying to surrender.
Huohuo's ultimate, Tail Spiritual Domination, can regenerate allies' energy and increase their attack.
Whoa!
So energy. So we got AoE heal, AoE energy,
So that's what it.
and AoE attack. I mean, pretty solid. The one thing based on this is, though, she is going to need to skill to heal. But if you're getting enough energy and attack, then dude, that looks absolutely savage, by the way. Dude, that animation looks absolutely savage. But I mean, if you have to consume a skill point the odd time, I'm pretty cool with that, just to get the heals up. So she seems more like a harmony based abundance character.
This looks like.
No wonder it took the 10 Lords Commission to seal it away.
When under the influence of her tail, Huohuo has a few special talents. After using her skill, she receives Sacrifice Life. Sacrifice Life can grant allies a set amount of HP restoration at the beginning of their respective turns, or when they use their ultimate.
Nice.
So that's really nice on the skill. You get the hot, so that, you know, and the hot triggering, the hot heal over time, triggering on ultimate usage is quite nice as well.
Not bad for a trainee, huh? This ghost hunting squad's gonna kick butt.
That's not all. Huohuo's technique, Fiend Impeachment of Evil, sends her enemies into a horror-struck state and scatters them in all directions. When attacking a horror-struck enemy, there's a chance of reducing their attack.
Okay, we got a 25% attack reduction. It's not, honestly, I don't know where that's going to be incredibly useful.
Oh, scaring away your enemies. Nice.
But that pretty much sums it up.
Still not getting judge vibes though.
Hey,
So yeah, that kit, I like it. I like the energy regeneration. I like the attack. Obviously, let's go back and take another look at the ultimate here.
regenerate allies' energy and increase their attack.
Whoa! So that's what I.
Wait, where was their energy at? Let's go back a few frames. I'm curious to see. They probably left them really high, so we couldn't see exactly how much energy gain there is. Yeah, see, look at them. They're all right there anyway. They're all right there. So we don't know how. Does it say? It doesn't. The game doesn't tell you how much energy when it happens, does it?
This looks like.
No, can't get indication. But I mean, energy and attack buff. Plus, you've got a skill that's an AoE heal, not full AoE, 3-target heal. And you get heal over time with it. That can trigger off of your ultimate. I mean, that's pretty good sustain. This is where we're moving from the raw sustain into that hump. For instance, you've got like hyper carry teams where you can just use harmony units, but you like don't have the sustain. I feel like she's more leaning into that style of thing, which I think is really cool. So that is Huohuo. I'll talk about it more in another video when I can consolidate my thoughts, but that is that one. Let's jump to the next. Okay, now we have Hanya, the 4-star. Honestly, her animations, everything about her makes me think she feels like more of a 5-star than the other two, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest, but let's check her out.
During her basic attack, Hanya uses her Oracle Brush to assault the enemy, dealing physical damage to a single target.
She really lives by the pen. is
Standard
wider
basic
than the
attack once
sword,
again.
Huh? I'll get my coat.
In addition to dealing physical damage to a single target, Hanya's skill, Samsara Lot, can inflict them with a burdened state.
Ooh, is that Hanya's way of marking enemies prior to sentencing?
Pretty much. Allies inflict increased damage on enemies marked with burden. And if that wasn't enough, after an ally launches a set amount of attacks on an enemy marked with burden, they recover a skill point.
Okay, so skill is a single target attack, puts a mark on them, they take increased damage, and after a certain amount of times, you get a skill point back. Honestly, not too bad for skill generation. Curious if follow-up attacks proc. I obviously QQ lover here, so you know if my follow-up attack can proc an additional one and give me an extra skill point for my next rotation with a QQ, I'm going to be pretty happy. Okay, guys, leave me alone. I know I'm pathetic, but I'm excited for it.
When the going gets tough, Hanya's got your buff.
Hanya's ultimate, 10 Lord's Decree.
Look at this animation.
Can increase speed and attack for a single ally. When Hanya uses her technique during exploration.
Okay. I mean, speed and attack for an ally, that's pretty good. I don't think they go through her talent in this one. They just went through the skill, which puts the mark on, increases damage taken, and also can get a skill point back eventually. Then ultimate is a single target, single ally speed and attack increase. I honestly don't mind that being single ally. Let's face it, hyper carry is a thing. So, I mean, that's pretty fine.
She immediately launches an attack and inflicts burden on a random enemy.
When the enemy won't budge, call in the judge.
All that.
Yeah, so that's it for Hanya. They don't tell us what her talent is, but basically damage amplification, skill point recovery, attack, speed buff, single target. I think she's really solid for a 4-star, and in general, 4-star harmonies have just been really good anyway, so they're always going to be usable. I think she's going to be great. Keen to see her traces, her talent, her eidolons, but that's what we know so far. Let's jump to the next one. All right, time for Argenti. Honestly, the way they were talking about this, like this dude, and some of the voice lines, it just made me think of Mimosa's brother from Black Clover. If anyone knows, I can't remember his name. You know, he has like the flower petal magic. I can't remember what it's called. It's the cherry blossom magic, dude. And I can't look at Argenti the same now that I've had that image in my head. I hope I didn't destroy him for anyone else, but if I did, dislike the video, I guess.
Argenti's basic attack, Fleeting Fragrance, can deal physical damage to a single target. His skill, Justice Hereby Blooms, can deal physical damage to all enemies.
Nice! Man, I wish I looked that elegant in combat.
Okay, full AoE skill.
Ultimate is pretty unique, triggering different effects depending on the amount of energy consumed. Such is the manifold beauty of a driller. When consuming a small amount of energy, Argenti's ultimate, for in this garden supreme beauty bestows, can deal damage to all enemies. When consuming all energy, Argenti's ultimate becomes Merit Bestowed in My Garden, which deals greater damage. It also inflicts additional damage on a random target.
Huh?
So that bit where it says additional damage on a random target, I'm curious to see the multipliers on this, on whether this is how they're trying to make him like a destruction unit where he can also deal single target damage. Based on the way they talk about his kit, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think he is going to need AoE fights, but we'll have to wait and see. But the way the energy thing works, if we go back a little bit, let's just go back another 5. Okay, back again. You can see his energy bar has an extra ring around it. Wait, let's go here. Wait, this was his little one. Let's go through this. So this is the small amount. Okay, so this one here, you see he's got his energy bar and it's like lit up like it's full, but then around it, it's got a separate like flowing thing around it, and you can see it stops about there. It doesn't go all the way up, and then after he uses his skill,
when consuming,
it goes up again. So now he's got like a double stacked. So I'm assuming it's like he's got like a double stacked, or whether he's got like, say he's got 100 energy. It seems like he can stack him up to 200, or maybe it's like 100, then you go to 150. I don't know what the actual capping is, but essentially it looks like you can overcap energy with him. And then if you get him to fully overcapped, that's when you get the enhanced ultimate, which is going to deal the AoE damage, but then it's also going to have additional little bit of single target damage, but I don't know how big that's going to be. So let's continue.
All energy, Argenti's ultimate becomes Merit Bestowed in My Garden, which deals greater damage. It also inflicts additional damage on a random target.
Huh? Wait, so you can choose how much energy to release?
That's not all. Argenti's talent, Sublime Object, can allow Argenti to regenerate additional energy and obtain a stack of self-cultivation. Self-cultivation can increase Argenti's crit rate.
Oh, so the more self-cultivation, the fiercer his attacks. Or, to put it another way, Argenti needs to attack as many enemies as possible. The greater the number of enemies, the faster his energy regeneration, and the stronger his combat.
Exactly!
Okay, so we got energy regeneration crit.
Regeneration, more enemies to attack.
Argenti giving erudition vibes. I'm here for it.
Argenti's technique, Manifesto of Purest Virtue, can daze enemies within a set range. Dazed enemies are unable to launch attacks. Attacking a dazed enemy to enter combat not only deals damage to all enemies, but also regenerates Argenti's energy.
Woo! Argenti is
Sweet.
kinda handsome.
So it's a nice one where you can use it outside of combat. You can enter combat with another character because they showed entering with Silverwolf, and you still get the energy regen. So it's always nice with those ones. It has a decent effect. It's better than Huohuo's technique, in my opinion, because the attack break, a lot of things you're not really trying to reduce the damage you take from the first wave, unless of course we get different game modes in the game. But that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to go through from the dev live stream. Like I said, pretty TLDR-ish. There was a bunch of other stuff talking about events and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we all know the standard rewards we get from the events and stuff like that. There's nothing crazy to report from any of that I can remember. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I've been at my computer for the last 16 hours and it's my birthday, so I need to sleep, guys. I'm cooked. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.